Hey, you're watching Brudda, and this is my story. I love you. Thanks for watching. Let's get into today's story of how I got banned from a mall. I was working at this mall. It was summer of 2022, I believe. I had just got fresh. This is fresh from like the shooting story time. Link below if you're new. Go in the caption or the description. You'll be able to find the videos and check me out. Anyways, so just to give you a little bit of headspace, regardless how paranoid what was going on, motherfuckers threatening to harm my loved ones, I had to still put myself out there. I had to still get an income. I'm not no threat to society. I'm not no street person. Like, I'm not no threat. Moral of the story, like, it was a bad decision. Nobody died, but it still had repercussions following. So, and nobody was injured, but it still had repercussions because it was a lot of principle that had to be stood on, and I understand. So, I do recommend for anybody not in the streets, all the fellow non-affiliates, all the fellow, bruh, just do you. It's real. Once you hit a threshold in this field or in these streets or in these trenches, whatever you call it. Let's get into it. So I'm working at a mall. I'm a security guard, top flight security of the motherfucking world, you feel me? And I'm just like wearing a cowboy hat and a bulletproof vest. The purpose of the job is to keep guns out of the mall and make the mall a safer place. But mind you, I don't have a car. I'm saving for a car. So a lot's been going on in the background of my life, but I can't tell my employer all this stuff. So I have to keep a gun. I'm not keeping a gun to harm people. But at the time, I believe Georgia had a law that was like constitutional carry, so I couldn't keep a firearm on private property, so I guess that was infraction number one. Just keep that in mind later on in the story. So I was pretty good at my job. I ended up getting a second job in the mall. I was like a sales associate. And then for just some retail, and then I became supervisor like the same week. So cool. Flash forward. I didn't want to take a break while I was a security guard. I was just trying to get my hours, and my supervisor didn't like that. That snowball trickle effect, whatever you want to call it, avalanched into some crap because I ended up getting called to the office. I ended up, like, it just was a lot because I refused my break. And cause like, bruh, I just felt like I'm in the mall. I don't want to spend money. I don't need to let me just do my job. I'm already in the zone. But it was a lot. So anyways, I'm talking to the honcho on site. Hitman 47 looking dude, right? Or Agent 47 looking dude, but just older, right? And like, I don't know how to describe him without just giving too many details, and we're not gonna do that. We had a disagreement and it became heated simply because of the positions we were talking to each other in. And we were just two powerhouses or two fronts of energies that weren't gonna dissipate. So it was a clash of energy. So moral of the story, they knew this was gonna happen. I didn't know. They checked my locker. I had a gun lock. I don't own a locker. I own gun locks. If you know, you know. I own gun locks. So I had a gun lock on my locker. They popped my gun lock off my locker and then went into my possession and then took my gun out my possession. And it doesn't end there. While we're having our argument, I'm just like, okay, it's cool. I'm finna get my stuff and I'm finna leave. I go and get my stuff and they're like, take off your uniform. I take it off. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me change into my normal uniform because it's like security. You gotta assume the position. You gotta put on your superhero suit. Okay, so I'm trying to put on my civilian outfit, my civilian attire. Tell me why. Tell me why. I'm sorry, I just love that. Please don't copyright me. Tell me why these guys popped the lock. And it was just, I knew everything just went downhill. I knew my gun was gone. I knew I had to leave the premise regardless. So I'm trying to figure out what the heck and trying to get my stuff back because I knew who's responsible, but I still have to leave the premise because I still caused the infraction upon the policy and the rules of private property. So this, that, and the third. The injunction was my personal belongings. I had to get that back. So at the time, APD wasn't no help because they were working with them. And it's here nor there. I just had to go. I was super distraught. I was damn near barefoot because I was working in work boots and I didn't have shoes. And it was a really traumatic experience. But moral of the story, everything worked out. I did in the days to come have shoes. Every distraught situation, I don't have shoes, but I did get shoes. I did get home. I did get my firearm. APD did not withhold my firearm. I did not do anything. It wasn't a murder weapon. It wasn't nothing. I didn't break any laws. I did lose my job, and I did lose my supervisor job. But everything worked out. I ended up getting a better job. I ended up getting a better gun. I ended up just being happier. And I had to realize in that moment, my energy was not required, neither was my services, and it was better elsewhere. And I had to find elsewhere. At first it sucked, at first it hurt, but I did find elsewhere and I did find better. And you will too if you could resonate or you felt anything in the past similar to that. Let me know in the comment section down below. I love y'all. Brudda out.
Keep it real, but to you that don't matter. Yeah. You took my heart and left it a disaster. New foreign coupe, this bitch is going faster. I get in that mode and get real mad, and bitch, I'm getting better. Yeah, that life that hit me, shit that moving faster. I'm on that plasma like